Many wondered why. Why would I, a member of the privileged class in Barbadian 20th century society, be so dedicated to the poor and fight against the deep-seated racism the planter class perpetuated against the blacks in education, religion, at the workplace, and in housing in the 1920s and 1930s. My parents were Joseph and Catherine O'Neill. I was born in 1879 and grew up on the family's Friendship Plantation in St. Lucie. I attended Trent's Primary, then the Parry School, and went on to Harrison College. Working hard, my school life was very rewarding. Really doing well, I placed second in Barbados Scholarship Exam in 1899. My dad chose Edinburgh University in Scotland for me to study medicine. I was very successful and gained distinctions in almost all the academic areas and also the prized blue ribbon in surgery. Whilst in Scotland, I met and befriended Keir Hardie of the Independent Labour Party, who helped to pique my interest in politics. After graduating and practicing medicine in Newcastle, in the north of England, I ran successfully for a seat on the Sunderland County Council. However, there was a great desire to return to Barbados so I could spread the socialist doctrine. In 1910, on arriving home, depression got the better of me over the conditions in which the majority were faced to exist. Not being able to put up with it, I relocated to Trinidad and Dominica to live and work for the next 14 years. Barbados was still very much on my mind, so I once more returned. This time, I would light a match under the authorities, forcing them to pay attention to the social ills that prevailed. Forming the Democratic League was a good move for me in October 1924. Principles of socialism were the basis of the League's programs, and it attracted membership among the coloured and black middle class. By the end of 2 months, we won our first significant victory when C.A. Chrissy Brathwaite was elected to the House of Assembly to represent St. Michael. 2 years later, in 1926, I founded the Working Men's Association and later launched a cooperative venture in Bridgetown. At that time, I was also shareholder in the Herald newspaper, from which I launched the message of reform, enfranchisement, and social change. Another significant victory was winning my seat in the House of Assembly in 1932. You can imagine how it felt to defeat H.B.G. Austin, a prominent merchant, be it only by 1 vote. Becoming the first black activist of that century to agitate for free education, free dental care for children, improved housing, the abolition of the infamous located labour system, and the Masters and Servant Act. Educating the ordinary people about politics took much of my time and energy. As their interest sparked, some actually entered the political arena. Actually, Sir Grantley, after 1934, proposed to revive the political movement among the masses, which I started, and 2 years after my passing on November 19th, 1936, he built impressively on my foundation of social reform. I was feared and even hated by my adversaries. In Parliament, I fought to improve the plight of the workers and was very instrumental in securing an increased grant for the Barbados Scholarship winners, while vigorously campaigning for the abolition of the despicable and degrading practice of child labour. The entire community, even my foes, acknowledged that mine was an integral part in arousing political consciousness in the masses, especially leading to the 1937 disturbances. Many decades later, Keith Hunt, principal of the Cave Hill campus, summed up my life stating that I advocated a political creed based on the simple, plain, direct principles laid down by Christ, which emphasized the honoring of social obligations among members of the human society, while recognizing that everyone is equal. Indeed, Barbados remembers me and has highly honored me by placing my portrait on the $10 note on one of the two bridges in Bridgetown. The Charles Duncan O'Neill Bridge bears my name. More recently, I was included in the list of the first 10 heroes of Barbados.